Hey guys, so just wanted to give you a perspective of driving in Florida. We are northbound on I-95, headed through Jacksonville, just about to pass it, and then we'll get ready to get out of Florida because today I'm leaving Florida. I'm going back to New Jersey for my job. But there is a lot of traffic. You see on the southbound, if you can see to the left-hand side, there's a lot of traffic. Some light traffic here. So how does driving compare to New Jersey and to other parts of the East Coast, being that now I've pretty much drove up and down the entire East Coast of the United States of America? I would say Florida is the worst place to drive in. Let me explain why from my perspective, in my opinion. One is New York and northern New Jersey are the fastest to drive in. So when you get into New York City, it's very fast. You gotta be quick on your feet. I mean, I even take the train most of the time I go into New York. But even northern New Jersey could be similar. But it's like everyone's on that same speed, that New York, New Jersey speed. Of course, the different country lands, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, they have their own speed. I will say again, Washington, D.C. and Virginia, they can be very congested in certain areas, with the government, etc. But Florida, back to Florida. Why is Florida, in my opinion, the worst state to drive in? And again, I don't say that necessarily with a negative tone. I just say that in my observation. I say that because everyone in Florida is, not everyone, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people driving in Florida are from other states. Even people who are now technically Floridians and have Florida plates, like me, like other people, they are from originally other states and they've migrated to Florida as they got older in life. In addition, Florida is the #1 tourist state in the entire United States of America. So most people come to Florida to go on vacation. And so if they fly in, then they're going to rent a car, or if they take an RV, or if they just drive their car from another state. So you have all these different speeds, all these different techniques of driving based on the culture they came from. Some people from New York, some people from New Jersey, some people from Wisconsin, some people from California, some people from Idaho, some people from North Dakota. So everyone driving in here, whether they're a tourist, whether they're visiting, or whether they're now live in Florida, but they originally are from another state, and even the original Floridians, meaning people who were born in Florida, it's, they kind of have their own way too. So there's no one gets in sync. There's not like one speed, one style. It's a very awkward driving. And you also have to take into account a high level of senior citizen population. So, senior citizens, they have a certain way they drive because their eye coordination skills start to deteriorate as they get older. So either they're driving more slower or they have a tough time at intersections. I mean, that's just part of life. We all have to deal with that. Again, that's not a negative statement. But all these variety of factors lead to a very challenging state to drive in. I've seen an accident almost every day I've been here. Today, actually, on I-95, I saw an entire RV basically topple over and right across the middle of I-95, and it involved other cars. And my heart goes out to them. I don't like to see anybody involved with that. But, it's just my observation. That's what I'm sharing with you. Again, it's not in a negative way. It's this or that. And again, you can be in any state, in any part of the world, and, you get cut off by somebody, get in a car accident. So it's all relative. Now, too, part of what I'm saying has a level of validity, too. I mean, car insurance in Florida is, I believe, the highest in the United States of America. Double check me on that. But if it is not the #1 highest cost to have car insurance, then it's close to it. So, you add all those things up, you have a uneven speed, a mixed batch for a mixed batch of reasons. And it's very interesting. And so I just wanted to share that with you as I'm driving here, and we're getting ready to see on the horizon here is the Jackson City skyline. And you see here now it's about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time as I make this, and this is rush hour traffic on I-95 North, and this is about the same speed on the opposite way, I-95 South. So, obviously, make all these mental notes. I know one of our viewers, Kay Ford, I know he's getting ready to move to Jacksonville, so maybe this will give you some perspective. But again, everything is relative to your own personal experience and to, how you move, what time of day you drive, where you go. But, definitely make a mental note that driving in Florida is going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to have an awkwardness to it, an uneven speed, and not everyone's in sync. And, but again, still a beautiful state. I love Florida with a passion. And I see, like, to the right, that Jetta, they're from California. When you drive in Florida, you see plates from every state in the country, and you see ones from outside the country. You'll see plenty of Canadian license plates. It's just, again, and even when someone has a Florida plate, again, they can be from another state originally, or they can be renting a car. It's just interesting dynamic, really interesting. But sharing all that to say, I'm trying to also, too, just extend this a little bit so you can get a perspective of the Jackson City skyline, which is quite beautiful. And again, just on the horizon here, I know this big rig is blocking it a little bit. But what degrees is it? It's 83 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny day in Florida. This is northern Florida, so sure is even a little bit warmer down by Miami. But like I say, I am headed north, headed back to New Jersey to go back to work and to take care of some personal business and go from there. But I feel thankful being in Florida a little over a week and being able to accomplish some things I wanted to get done. And how do I feel leaving it? Same place, same way I feel, when I left New Jersey. There's always a uneasiness because, again, human nature is you settle into a routine. So when you travel, what you realize is you as soon as you form a routine and you break that, and now you're traveling, you're going to a different place, then you have to reform new routines. So it does get easier over time, but that's why travel is not for a lot of people. Travel, certainly, it's tougher as you get older. So just something to make a mental note now. Again, I like to drive. Now, do I like to drive the entire trip in rush hour? No. But I'm leaving now because it'll take me about 24 hours or so to get back to New Jersey. So that's I want to leave now to stay on that schedule. I'll at least start to take a chunk out of it. I don't do it all in one drive. I'll break it up and go from there. But either way, I wanted to share that with you. We're in traffic here. We are in Jacksonville traffic. I'm trying to debate in my mind, do I want to extend this for my normal viewers? See, like this RV to our right, he's from Quebec. That's a Canadian person, whether it's a man or woman, I'm not sure. But, so they're either driving back up, I'm sure they're probably on their way back up to Canada. If they're this far north, chances are, or they're going to, start to slowly migrate up there. So it's just amazing. But driving in Florida, I know towards the end of this video here, I'm rambling about the different things this is probably more relate to my normal viewers. But I'm going to title this video, Driving in Florida. Something of that nature. Is it the worst state to drive in? You can say that. I mean, driving in New York City, nothing compares to that. But again, it's just like everyone kind of knows what it is. Everybody's driving very wild. So like you don't have like you drive in New York City necessarily. There's always exceptions. So again, take it all with a grain of salt. You're not dealing with like an 85-year-old retired person on one street and then, some 20-year-old kid zigging out of lanes on another street. Like everybody's on that New York speed. Like up here, it's just such a mixed match of people, of cultures, of different driving techniques, and all relative. That's the not New York. That's the Jacksonville skyline there to your right. What do we got? Ameribank building, a Prudential building all the way down yonder. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has a big footprint down here in Florida. What other names do I see on those buildings? See, all the way up there, you also have Baptist Health. So Jacksonville, definitely a lot of economic possibilities for jobs, etc. Because it's a city. We also have FIS, I believe that's a technology company. But giving you a little bit of perspective here in traffic. See, now what's this next to me? They got a Georgia plate. There's an Arizona plate. So you see, you got people from all over. And I mean, you see that too in New Jersey during the summertime by the shore, because people do travel, but not to the extent you see here. Again, Florida is the biggest tourism state in the country. So it's take that with a grain of salt. Big rig truckers. This big rig trucks from Maine. So it's amazing. But we're almost at the final destination here at the bridge. I hope you had a good day. I hope you stay positive. I know it's not easy. Look, I get upset sometimes too. It is what it is. We got to go forward. We got to do the best we can. Got to be thankful and talk well to yourself. Look, I know it could be rough sometimes, but it's all just, I want the best for everyone, myself included. Be at peace. Don't be upset. Do the best you can. And see this impasse bridge here. This is what I wanted to show you as well. I mean, this is now, we're pretty much leaving Jacksonville. And you see north on I-95, you can get on next. Look at this. See this? Look at this. See? Exactly what I mean. Somebody just with a chopped down tree cuts you right off. And that's what it is. This is Florida driving, man. Praise the Lord. On that note, man, I think I'll end it. All right? Stay inspired, drive safe, be well.